I like these. More robots coming at you. Starting with some I've made up, first of all. So I'll do them in the order I created them. I wanted to make more drum spinners, so I started off with this one, which is called 50/50. And it is genuinely one of my best made up ones, I think. It's got a spinning drum at the front that works. It is invertible, genuinely invertible, and I've created it so that the drum can be wound the other way. This makes me very happy. This one, it's got quite a shake on it though. All Lego, no glue. I'm getting better. Next, not all Lego, and there's glue, is this one. I'm a fan of the show Dirk Gently, or Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency on Netflix, and can't wait to watch series 2. Obviously not out in the UK yet. Anyway, I have made a robot based on my love, based on the yellow jacket worn by Dirk Gently and some holisticness as well. So this is Gently Does It. It is a Flywheel Spinner, and if you haven't already guessed, I have taken inspiration from several other robots. It's a pretty good spinner. Built using the Hypnodisc spinner thing from the kit, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I like them. Now the next two are possibly two of the toughest I've ever made. I used 3 different things. I used 3 kits. I used another one of these kits. Don't all fall out. Another one of them. I used a Bionicle set for all the intricate parts, and I used a basic £5 blue Lego kit. And I was just seeing what I could make, and I made 2 robots. The first is called Phoenix, so called because of its beak at the top here, which does pierce or peck or whatever you want to say. This one, by the way, isn't quite done yet. There's a lot of editing I need to do to it because it's easily broken. So yeah, it doesn't just peck though. You may have noticed these weird things coming out the side. That's just for my operation of the lifting forks. And it's got a pretty natty self-righter as well. What can I use? Let's use this, seeing as it is a hardback. No, let's use the bigger one in fact, because then you'll see it. Oh. So your robot's been flipped. Oh no. What are we gonna do now? Well, it just does the piercing and then it flips. It's so cool. I've added elastic bands, or an elastic band that came from the Bionicle set, just to make it pop back up, but also the self-writing is just cool. It's good fun. More on books in a minute, because it's Robot Wars related. The last one of the ones I've invented is called Boyracer, and it is designed to be the front end of a car. You might think, oh, is it a pusher? Is it just got a wedge? No, it's a front hinged flipper, the first I have ever made, and it's pretty cool. The innards are pretty cool. I was running out of parts at this point, so the entirety of the front end is removable, and this robot, it just falls apart all the time, but I love it anyway. So yeah, Boyracer, front hinged flipper, with 2 things at the back to just control fights. So, moving on to competitor models. I've been hard at it making competitor models, and I'm not going to stop anytime soon. There are 4 competitor models. One is a remake of one I've already done. The other 3 are brand new. So I'll start with the remake. I have completely remade Nuts, because the old one is quite boxy, and I know Nuts is a bit boxy, but it didn't have all the moving parts that I wanted. The flails were too long and too heavy. This just reminded me, actually, I need to attach something to the end of these, and I know exactly what I'm going to attach. But anyway, this is the new Nuts. Happy days. Shorter flails, but still a pretty good distance. It is mainly Technic, so you'll see the Technic bits there, with these axles and everything. The middle is just basic Lego, but the wheels now spin all the way round. The flail bits go up and down, and it spins so much better. Let me get my performance platform back out to do a little spin, see if I can do it to show you. Don't know if you saw that. Try one more time without it falling off. But yes, it is a cool new version of nuts, and the wheels are actual Lego. No glue, no glue, and there was no glue in either of these either. So no glue. Moving on to glue. First up, I just wanted to build something, and I started building it, and soon realised I was building a competitor without even knowing. And that competitor, weirdly, is Jellyfish. I know. Googly eyes, these are actual googly eyes. Ignore the bit of paper, that just holds on the moving weapon, which is the clamp. Huzzah. Wheels underneath. After I finished building it and gluing and everything, I looked at the actual version of Jellyfish and realised that Jellyfish is invertible. But this version isn't, so there. I've also sort of made it more basic so that it's not so destroyable, and it's a bit tougher as well. Lots of tough bits. So that is Jellyfish. In order that I built them, I went to Robots Live, as you know, and that video is coming soon. Trust me, I've been editing like mad, trying to work out how I'm going to do it, but I know it's several weeks late, and there's already been another live event in between, so I need to get that video up. But anyway, I got to meet Ant from Team Behemoth, and I got to sit with Behemoth and have a good look at it. I even bought a wheel of Behemoth, of which I can't get to right now, because I've forgotten where I've put it. Yep. I've straight up forgotten. Might be up there. Hang on. Yeah. It's not. Anyway, I have built Behemoth, and I've used Votesaxon 07's original competitor models video and just updated Behemoth to the new version until they put the axe back on, at which point I went, oh bother. Working wheels, working flipper, working Shremek, my Behemoth. Ta-da. It's got all the see-through panels. I've done this with plastic and glue, as you can see. Top panels as well have plastic and glue. There's a bit there. Even the top of the flipper now has plastic on, like the actual Behemoth. That was a devil to do. Working wheels underneath, each individually run. I'm so happy with how this came out. There's a lot of random bits of glue everywhere. That was trial and error basically, but I did get it all working. Shremek, flipper, all working in unison, so pretty happy about that. Does self-right, not going to do it now because I can't be bothered. So lastly, this is possibly my greatest ever robot build, and I know I say that a lot, but this is pretty fantastic, and I'm very happy with how it came out. This is my Terahertz. I wanted to build Terahertz for a while, but never got round to it, and then one day I just decided, right, today's the day I'm going to build it. So I got some hard plastic using a box that is now not a box, it's just sort of a quarter and a lid. The innards are all Lego. Some is glued, some aren't glued, sorry, some are not. The flipper arm is workable. You can actual axe it. The wheels work underneath relatively neatly as well. That was tough. I really went wild with the insides. I just thought, right, I need to get all the most intricate pieces I have and make them into something. So in there you've got Technic bits, you've got all sorts. You've got a telephone in there somewhere at the back. There's a little telephone handset, or no, the dialing thing in there. You've got some weird lights on the side, these things. I tried to do the gears inside. You might just be able to see inside there the gears. Obviously this gear, the little black gear, doesn't move. It is just this bit that moves, but I've tried to make it look as geary as possible so that it gives the overall effect of cool terahertz. I've even added the back support thing. Didn't really need it, but I've added it anyway, and I'm glad I did, because it is now as accurate as I could get it, basically. It's even got, I could talk about it all day. The only bit that I wasn't happy with to start with, but I'm fine with it now, is the CO2 bottle here. Sticks out a bit from the insides, so I've had to cut the plastic to fit it, but at the end of the day it's mainly hidden, and it still looks cool. So my best creation, I apologise to my Thor, my Apollo, my Carbide, my Beer Moth, which was my best creation up until I built Terahertz. So what is in the works? Well, you were probably expecting a house robot or something. I've not been able to do that, but I am making some more competitor models, and I'm using fidget spinners again to do so because they're so out of trend. So first of all, I'm going to build, well, I don't know what order I'm going to build them. I'm going to either build Aftershock first, or I'm going to build Donald Thump first. Weapons. This is a brute. This is horrible. I'll be unscrewing this like so. It's so heavy. I've tried it on a bit of aluminium. It's devastating. This one, I need to add the little bit to it, basically, and I'm not sure if I can remove these ball bearings. I would like to, because obviously Aftershock doesn't have ball bearings, but I think that's a pretty cool look for it when it spins. It's just that's annoying. So yeah, gonna work on these next, so look forward to them. Anyway,